Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be playing with the brand Flower Nose. It's a really cool brand because the packaging is so gorgeous. I had seen it all over my social media for a while, and I'm fortunate that they reached out and wanted to send me some things. So I did a reel on this. I'm going to be doing a video with a very similar look, but just like going in depth with the look. So yeah, I have a few things in front of me, and obviously the packaging is what is the showstopper with this brand, as well as like the inlays in the pan. But when I used the products, I was very impressed with them, on top of just like finding the packaging so gorgeous. So I'll show you each product I got, and I'll show you the pan in more detail. And the look I want to do today is inspired by Douyin, the Chinese makeup trend. I hope I'm saying that right. But it's like this very kind of like ethereal, super sparkly look that is about creating this eye that's very like innocent looking. And I'm gonna sort of do that, but a little bit more blendy, a little bit more approachable, less like too like liney. It's like a line here, then a line here. I'm gonna do it a little bit smokier and in my opinion, a little bit more approachable. So yeah, this palette, the Strawberry Rococo palette, is perfect for it. This shimmer is so freaking shimmery. I'll show you with the lights down later. And yes, that's the plan for today. Okay, they sent over 2 blushes. Here's the packaging. You can see just so intricate. And then the pan embossing. So they sent over 2 shades. This one's Classic Ballet. And then this one is Angel Chanson. There's a lot of like angelic imagery. This Angel Chanson is a little bit light for me. I like a darker blush, so I'm going to be using this shade here. But yeah, it's one of those things like you don't want to go into the pan too much because it's so beautiful, but it's really worth it. I'm very impressed so far. They sent over this blush brush, which I used in a previous video, and I'm finding it is perfect for powder blush because it has like a coarseness to it, and it's also very fluffy in a way, which reminds me of this brush from Morphe. I love this one for like blending a lot, because something about that coarseness paired with fluffiness makes for a great blend, diffuses the product. So this is still like a bit on the lighter side blush wise, but I am gonna go ham with the blush, okay? Part of this look for me is like looking very, very flushed, kind of leaning into that innocent look. And I love a lot of blush, so let's go for it. I'm doing it lower in the style that I find is very like flushed, youthful. I'm not going for any kind of Megan Fox liftedness. This is just like flushed pink, cute. Okay. See how that built up so nicely? Like you can do it really subtly or just like really diffuse it into the skin. I love this brush. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, the highlighter package is definitely where it's at. I turn the lights down so you can see like the iridescent rainbows all in it. And then again, a very intricate pan embossing. Highlighter in the usual places. This reminds me of the sort of toned down version of the Rare Beauty highlighter, in that you don't have to be as careful with it. You can build it up slowly. I'm noticing with a lot of these Chinese makeup brands, it seems that they have a similar type of formula. Like I did a review on Florasis, which is another brand with like intricate packaging. And I find their products are like sort of like powdery yet creamy, really buildable, like nothing's too dark or dramatic. So anyway, I'm just noticing a trend there. Which kind of makes sense to me just based on the makeup styles that are popular. I'm gonna do the C shape like this. And gorgeous mirror too. I've been on the hunt for a good mirror for filming that's like small enough to fit into the frame. And I'm so happy this appeared along with the products. Okay, eyes. Eyes, eyes, eyes. So this is the Strawberry Rococo palette. And each palette has like different sort of color stories, slightly different. So this is number 2, Sweet Cannelles. So the Douyin makeup style, it has a lot of like steps to it. A big part of it is emphasizing your eye bags. So going quite a bit like lower with the shading on the lower lash line and keeping it quite open and sparkly in the inner corner and most of the eye. So first things first, I'm just gonna lay down this shade. It's pretty neutral, but a little bit of color to it. And I'm just gonna lay that down on the whole lid. Now I want to start deepening the crease with this shade here. It's a little bit darker and with a kind of more precise line than like a fluffy brush. Just kind of want to keep it contained in sort of like a C shape, like whoop, whoop, whoop. Focusing it especially on the sort of outer part of the eye. I'm going to take that same shadow, the sort of mid-tone one, and just go like this and fully just start blending in a diffused way the whole bag of the under eye and going all the way into almost the inner corner. In the traditional style, you would kind of leave a gap so that the lines started here, but I am smoking out the whole lower lash line. So just keep squinting and go like lower than you think, than you're like initially inclined to. Going in with the darkest shade here, this chocolatey brown, I'm going to use an angled brush to do a soft wing. But I'm gonna sort of link it. Don't worry about being too precise here. I'm gonna kind of link it to the end of that shadowing I did. So, like to do it to explain what I mean, I'm gonna do it a bit more dramatically, but kind of like creating a shape like that. And then going in with like a pencil brush to soften this up. Then going back in with that more fluffy brush and starting to bring that darker shade into that C shape. And just like blend it out. Try and focus it a little bit more here. So you can see like we're kind of doing a bit of a nod to the makeup style, but traditionally it would be just more of a actual wing. I just want to keep things a little bit softer, smokier, but still have like that openness where the shimmer will go. Now going in with that pencil brush again and using that darker shade, now I'm gonna line or start to put some shading here. Like that. It does look a little weird before you put your mascara on, like, especially with that kind of gap happening. But it comes together with the mascara. So you can see that this eye has more dimension and shape to it. So yeah, I'm gonna just pop off camera to do the other side and then we'll put the shimmer on. Okay, lights are down lower so we can see the shimmer a little better. First, I'm gonna use the highlighter I used earlier to start getting some shimmery iridescence down on the lid. So just putting a little bit of shimmer all over the lid, like into the whole inner corner. Actually, I'm going to use my finger. And then going into this sparkly shimmer from the palette. It can really just like be a touch of shimmer, or you can build it up. I said on Instagram, like, this reminds me a little bit of the moon dust from Urban Decay. Although the shimmer is like a little bit chunkier. It's just got that like topper effect. And I also want to get it like in the Douyin makeup style. It's like a lot of shimmer here too. It's hard to get this kind of shimmer there like with a brush. You kind of need like a finger to get a good amount of sparkle there. Okay, I'm gonna put some mascara and lashes on off camera. Turning to my trusty MAC Free Spirit lashes, the sort of longer half I cut for like a wispy effect on the edges. I'm gonna pop that on and yeah, I'll show you the lip products they sent over. Okay, here's the look with lashes, and I popped a little bit of white liner in the waterline on my best makeup days. I always love to do that, but I stop myself from doing it every day because it's not good to put it always in the waterline. But anyway, I love the open effect it creates. So for lip products, they sent over a couple things. There's a lip cream and a lip stick. And I'll swatch them both for you. You can see the really pretty packaging. The lip cream is the shade. Just says number 3. That's all I see here. So I know on their website, they do use numbers as well as shade names. This is looking more like an apricot kind of shade. So very up my alley, that sort of brownness to it. And then there was this shade here, which is number 4, Cupid. And when I first swatched it, I was like, oh, that is so not my type of pink. But then I decided, hey, I'm just gonna wear that shade instead of the one I would normally go for. And I was like, holy shit, I did not expect like a pink like this. I know I'm making this out like it's so dramatic. Oh my God, I liked a lipstick. But you know, when you get stuck in a rut, not a rut, when you get stuck in a pattern of like lip colors or makeup pairings you turn to, I was just very pleasantly surprised to like a pink like this. So I'm going to show you it again today because I thought it was so pretty. But first I'm going to line with Rare Beauty, the shade Wise. Because as with any sort of lighter lip, I do like a darker liner. Now here's the lipstick. It's definitely such a ballet pink. And it's very creamy, almost like souffle-like. It's a very interesting formula. Okay, here is the finished look. Once again, here is the dimmed light so you can see the airiness, the sparkliness. I love this look. I love it. I love this lip shade. As one of you pointed out on my Instagram, it was like, this is my neutral shade. I've said before, like, I don't love a nude that's like that like washes me out too much. I do like a liveliness to it. And this is it. I have found like a go-to like neutral shade. Especially with like the slightly darker liner. This is perfect for me. I love it. And I hope you can see how like doing a lot of blush suits this look, like the ballet pink of the lips, just with that super flush of the cheeks. So yeah, I love this kind of look. I feel so confident in it. And yeah, if any of you have been interested in these products or just thinking it's just gimmickiness, no, it's not. I'm so impressed with them. Like I said, the formulas are kind of softer, more blendable, kind of the opposite of like Melt, which is highly pigmented. These are if you like more subtle looks, you want to really build your makeup. Like even the brown, the darkest brown in the palette, like it doesn't have too much depth to it. Yeah. Anyway, just definitely check out this brand. This is not a sponsored video. They did just send this in PR, so this is my honest opinion. But I do have a discount code, which I'll link down below, but it's Evangeline5, should you want a little bit of a discount with these products. But again, this was no obligation to post. I am just very happy with these products and the colors they sent over. So yeah, leave a comment down below if you've tried out this brand, if you're intrigued by this brand, what you think of this style of makeup. And yeah, that's it for today. Stay witchy, stay bitchy. Have a good week. Bye, witches.